Good afternoon. My name is Akshay Dev, and I'm here to take an introductory session for artificial intelligence. So what is AI and what is all the hype about? You guys must be following news very closely, right? Since you are all UPSC aspirants, and you must have heard about AI somewhere or the other. Some outlet must have covered it. Can anybody stand up and give me an idea on what they think AI is? Machine intelligence. Can you define it a little bit more? Something that simulates human intelligence in machines. So you guys all know the basic idea behind AI. Our goal is to simulate human level intelligence in machines. Now AI is sort of the new space race. Have you guys heard about the space race between the US and USSR? And so AI is being touted as the new space race these days. All the world's biggest countries are trying to get to number one. US is currently leading the game. They have all the major tech companies are in US, obviously. Google, Facebook, IBM. They're the ones who's currently leading the research. They're also investing about $5 billion. And China is also close behind. They aim to be the number one AI. They aim to lead in AI globally. And they want to make it a 1 trillion market by 2030. Same goes for the EU. The European Union has mandated all its member states to develop a artificial intelligence plan, and they are going to invest about 20 billion euro into it. So I've given you a lot of numbers, and they're all very serious numbers. And like I said before, it's been covered a lot. AI, you guys must have heard the term, right, everywhere. And the problem with this is the media is not quite good at covering technical things. So there's a lot of hype and there's a lot of misunderstanding. There's a lot of misinformation out there. So one of the objectives I want to achieve is I want to clear up all the confusion you guys have. So AI, just to broadly define it, it's basically, like you said, it's to simulate human level intelligence in machines. And an AI, theoretically, by definition, it should be able to perform from a simple task to the most complex of a task. So from writing a journal entry, like what happened in your day, so and so, to making the next big advancement in quantum mechanics or string theory or whatever. And there have been many advancements in AI over the last 2 decades, but it's still a very new field, it's still a baby field, and we still have a long ways to go. To get to AI or to get to endowing machines with human level intelligence, there are different frameworks, or there are different paradigms we can use to get there. So I want to talk about 2 main paradigms that are in use today. They are the most successful. You guys all use it. It's inbuilt or it's integrated into the technology you guys use. You guys just don't know about it. So just to get us started, in the 1950s and 60s, the US began funding AI research. And there was a lot of excitement. Similar to the hype we are witnessing today, back in the 60s and 50s, there was a similar hype. And but initially, a lot of the problems that the researchers and the scientists claimed that they could solve with AI, like sentence translation and sentence understanding, just to name a few, we weren't able to solve them. They weren't able to solve them. They were stuck in their time. They were limited by hardware. They were limited by lack of data and all that. So AI at that time failed, and they couldn't get any more funding. The US military stopped funding them. The UK military was also a big funder. They also stopped funding them. So AI gradually lost its hype, and we entered a period called the AI winter, like from the 1970s to around 2000s, where there was virtually no funding for AI. And so around the 80s and 90s, you see this new thing called machine learning coming up. Have you guys heard this term? Can anybody give me an explanation? Okay, so we'll get to that in a moment. So 80s and 90s, you witnessed the rise of machine learning. And then towards the late 2000s and now, you see this another new term called deep learning. Have you guys heard about this? So you guys are all familiar. You guys have all heard about these terms, right? So what is machine learning? So let's delve a little bit deeper into that. Let's define it more formally.